first things first, let's just give this a good cleaning. Just kind of wipe it down. All you're really doing is wanting to get the muck off. It's not really got to be spotless, but it does have to be dry to help. If you notice, let's see if I can get it on the camera. There's just little bits of bird, drop, dirt, sap, whatever. We just want to get that off of there. Once it's clean, go ahead and cut you out a piece of the tape. I have it taped up here just to show you because I'm kind of doing this all by myself and I don't have a tripod right now, but it just needs to be the length that you want it to be. You can see the chrome underneath. Make sure it covers it. Take your X-Acto knife. I just did this, but the film messed up. Go ahead and cut the edge. Get it as close as you can while still giving yourself enough lip to cover the rounded bits. You can see there what it starts to look like. You can see where I pulled down a little too far. I'm going to trim that up. But just go along cutting those bits off, trimming the excess. Take your time and go slow. It's really not bad. Just giving you more examples of me doing this. Again, I'm doing this one-handed while holding the camera because I should have a tripod and I don't. Alright, so here's the top and bottom cut. I'm now going to take my good old cheapy heat gun. Just give it a little bit of heat. You should see it slightly form down. Really gets those edges out. Alright, so that's the flat, straight pieces. To give you an idea, that's the easy ones. The curved pieces are a little more complicated. So what I did is I cut a piece long enough to go the whole length. This is probably too much. I'd rather have too much than too little though. So again, you start it the same way. Line it up cover it up. What's going to be hard is this right here, this curve. So let me get to that point and I'll show you what to do. So what I've done is I've started at the top and I've based the top layer on this edge right here to follow that curve. Now I've done my best not to let it stick. It has in some places because it is sticky. But now I will simply press it down, and when I get to these areas I can pull it. I can pull it tight, pull those grooves out. The bottom bit here is going to end up very wrinkly, but we're going to cut that off, so that doesn't really matter. So let me start doing that. I'll show you what it looks like. There we go. Now on mine, you can actually see, focus, where's that lip? This lip right here that's barely protruding, that is the only bit that's actually chrome, so that's only as far as I gotta go. So all this here is just gonna get chopped off. This is the only thing that you're gonna end up seeing. And now that that's smooth, we've taken our time, pulled it flat, made sure there's no bubbles in it. If you do get a bubble form or a crease, you can simply lift it back up, pull it back, and start over. Just go slow, take your time. So I've made the incision now. Now I just pull it off. Now we'll press it down one more time. Now this is the fun one. I tried my best to make this one continuous piece, but this curve is just too sharp. So what I ended up doing, first I tried to just cut a slit, kind of right there, so I could flap it down, but I ended up just cutting the whole thing in half. I'll show you how to do that. This should give you an idea of what I'm doing here. Again, I'm cutting a piece a little bit too long. The bottom one is going to be very easy to do. The top one, we'll see. So what I did here on this bottom piece, to make it a little bit easier, is I just made a series of cuts to kind of keep the wrap from binding. I did that. And now it's sticking pretty well. So I went up and just went straight across. Now I'm going to bring the top piece down. I figured the top would be better to do last so that there's less of a chance of water getting in there. I don't know how well this works. I'm just an amateur. Okay, I've laid the top piece on. Again, I've done like in the front windows, and I've based the top on this top rim. Now I can pull it flat. However, this new trick here, you can see there's not going to be enough, and I just cannot get this to bend the way I want it to bend. I'm going to try for a second. However, I think I'm going to end up doing like I did on the other side and have a little tiny piece just for that. Alright, all done. You can see along there. You can see if you get right up on it, it's not going to look that good. But for an amateur job, I'm pretty happy. Thanks for watching.